Rishman here, back with another Vlogmas. If you saw that video in the beginning, that was a clickbait, really, but that's basically something you do not want to see or happen to you when you have a small business. And in today's video, we are discussing why don't people want to shop or support small business owners. Now, it mostly has to do with pricing, so pretty much in reality they don't really want to support us because it has to do with the pricing. And I'm gonna share with you some customers who really do say these type of things or go through these types of process. But my girl was heated, even if it was fakely heated, and I'll explain why at the end. So the first thing people don't want to the first three reasons are simple. Why they don't want to charge, again, it has to do with price. They don't like the pricing. So basically, if a garment is like $150, or if and again, I'm referencing because I'm a fashion designer, plus size. If a garment is too expensive to them, like $150 or above, or if a garment is literally too high end but it's too homemade, they won't buy it because they literally just want you to be like, can you please give me a discount? Or why is this so much if it's not literally something I could buy out of a Gucci store and spend almost a rack on? Well, why are you here at the end of the day? It's questions like that make me mad, but they don't like the prices. Meaning wise that, say if you had an item in there, like a simple bag that was like less than what Gucci has on, but too much for their own good to spend on because they don't want to spend that much. It's like either $45 to $50. And they're like, why is it so much? It's in your shop, it's cheaper. Bro, you should charge maybe less than that. Technically, why are you here if you think we should be making it less? If you can't afford it, just say that. Again, and then the second one is they want you to give them a discount every time they come to the store. So the one thing that I notice a lot of people go through is that oftentimes customers come in, and if you know them, or if you're related to them, or if you've been friends with them since childhood, or even if you were like homies for a brief second, they want you to give them a discount every time you see them in the store. And it's like, not happening. And then they'd be like, well, I supported you from day one, this, that, and the third, or I've been around you sharing your posts, this, that, and the third, or we known each other for God knows how long, or we the same blood and race and everything like that in between. We should get discount. Now, some family members, like mom and daddy, yeah, they can get a discount. If you have people like your friends or somebody helping you support and work with you, or model your clothes and stuff like that, they get a discount because they're actually working with your brand to model out your stuff and your garments. I have my friends model it out. They are for my forever models, so technically they are models for life. But as far as anyone else go, if they're not really doing much for your brand, like sharing, commenting, and liking, that's free. Because in reality, that's basically you doing your role as a consumer sharing this business. You're not gonna get a discount. I'm not gonna discount you every time you share, like, comment, this, that, and the third. That's not how that works. If you don't work for me, if you didn't help me build this, if you didn't help me get an idea for this, then you don't get a discount every time you see me. And it doesn't matter what your race are, because some people do that because also because we're black and we should support black and we should be getting discounts to them because we're black owned businesses, and they come in and be like, oh, I love the board, this, that, and the third, I would love some like discounts. No, you're still gonna get the price of the shop price, the in-store price. The only time I'm giving you a discount is when there are sales, deals, Memorial Weekend, Black Friday, or Thanksgiving, or holiday sales. At the end of the day, you're not getting no better sales than what you're getting already as it is. So please don't be doing that to people and be like, oh, I need a discount. Well, take your discount ass to a regular store that will discount you on everything. Pretty much as simple. The third reason why is also they be like, we shouldn't charge high-end prices for home good made projects or homemade good items. So basically what that means is I sew. So my business is like almost a homemade mom and pop thing. And I sew garments, I sew clothes, I sew purses. Not into shoes, but I'm learning the basis of sewing and designing a lot of things. And most importantly, people like to see you charge your home good items less than what you would buy in the actual high-end store. Now, mind you, again, they don't have problems spending a Reiki on Gucci, Fendi, Louis Prada, Balenciagas, Louis Vuitton. Oh, I said Louis. Chanel and not Fubu, Sean John or Savage Fendi X, any of them type of garments, and or Victoria's Secret. And it's like killable because the thing is like basically you're saying your expenses are literally too high for my store, but it's always good at the expensive store, which is them places I just named. So it's like the realization is you're not really caring about how you're making me feel. At the end of the day, it's not my fault that you can't afford the stuff in here because you chose to come here, where at their stores it's like maybe $400 to $300 to like $800 to buy out of Tommy Hilfiger and Michael Kors and all that type of shit. But over here it's like literally less, maybe about $50 to $100 to $200 to spend at the store. And it's like, are you crazy? You're upset about that? Shit, be thankful I'm charging less for you, because the thing is, when you go pay that $1,000 at and I literally sometimes they pay $1,000, so you spend that Reiki on literally outfits you're only gonna wear maybe once or twice, or however much times you get before you hit 80, and then on top of that, you're complaining about my prices where you can wear them oftenly and possible wear them in multiple different ways. Shit, and when you buy them expensive ass gowns from them places, you can only wear them to literally them specific places. Maybe here and there doobie them up to wear to like other lavish events, but in reality you can only wear them to like occasions. If that's a occasion gown, you gonna wear it to that one occasion, and that's just that. But as the boss and owner, why do we charge so much for our goods? And I guess it's important to let the consumer know why do we charge so much for our products and stuff like that. See, they complain, but at the end of the day, they don't really know. I don't think. I guess, or they don't understand. So let me break it down. We charge so much for our goods is because we have to take our money out of our own pockets and buy materials. Now, if you don't know the difference between materials and supplies, I'm about to explain to you. Materials are like, for me, fabric, sewing needles, a sewing push pin, other forms of fabrics, different textures, elastic bands, or better yet, what's another one? Furs, fur pelts, materials like that. That's expensive because fabrics are charged by the yard, and depending on how much the yard is, that's how much the price is. So if you get a certain amount of yards, 2 yards. I remember buying 3 yards in Joann's at one point. It was $128. So that's really gonna be bang for my buck, because whatever I make this garment out of, I'm charging you double that, because that's how much I spent on this garment and on this fabric. Supplies are basically what it is, supplies. So like saying simple sketchbook, paper, pencils, cutting paper, scissors, what else? the day, these are that's just what supplies are. That's the difference. Supplies is like stuff you need to like either jot down a couple things, even like notebook paper, sketching paper, like I said, pencils, pens. Other supplies would be like, again, naming a couple, push pins that goes in fabric, sketchbooks, and sketch pencils and all that type of stuff. So that's what supplies is. Materials are basically fabrics, glue guns, elastic bands, and sewing thread and needles and stuff like that, or serging thread and embroidery thread. And sometimes even the machinery isn't required to be called materials, because the realization is we have to spend money on that so we can help produce that, so we can make that for you. So materials and supplies are very expensive, and especially when you gotta get certain amount of supplies either in bulk or sometimes some certain amount of materials in bulk, and that's truly expensive. And again, for a fashion designer, fabric in bulk go by the yards, and a lot of times that is truly expensive. Supplies, while you're looking about spending maybe about $40 to $30 on supplies, maybe $50 to $200 on materials, and we charge by time. Depending on how long these products take to make, it is not easy. Some of these take about a month, 2 months, sometimes a year, depending on what you're making. Again, garments for me, take about 2 to 3 days, or at least a week, because the realization is I'm putting my hard-earned effort into it. And we also charge by the labor, because the thing is we're staying at home working on this piece, making sure this piece looks right, fits right, punctuates right, and make sure that it does not fall, break, snag, rip, or anything like that to bring harm or disaster to you or your event or your look. And we want you to be flawless and pretty when you leave. It's like getting your hair done and your stylist fucks up your one part of your hair. Well, that looks bad, because now when I go on my event, I look like somebody's tragic nightmares. So we charge by the time and we charge by the labor. Where time and labor are basically different things. Time is however long this takes, by hours, sometimes days. Labor goes by however long you've been spending on that one garment. And it could take about literally days to weeks working on whatever garment that is, adding the ruffles, feathers, the glitter, the glam, the glitz, all that. We also charge going by our state's minimum wage. In New Jersey, it is $4.13 as for minimum wage. The thing is, though, we want to be paid as much as equally as possible, because the thing is, we are not the only shops out here that are small. We're not the only shops out here that are trying to survive and eat. We have to compete with the other stores that are flourishing and surviving as well. So at the end of the day, we go by the minimum wage, but we also charge you as the same way as people charge in regular stores. You're getting what you get at the end of the day. We getting our money back in our pocket. So if you don't know, basically at the end of the day, all our businesses start from our back pocket. Whatever money we hold in our back pocket is basically what we share there with our business. We literally get so basically, like, that's basically saying, if I get $100, right, I'm gonna take that 100 and put it towards my business. Yes, I'm gonna think about the other things like food or anything like that. If that's literally not what I get. But if I get $100, because that's how I started mostly my business. Started with $100, and I took it and brought items and started sewing. The first sewing machine I had was the Project Runway Edition sewing machine. So at the end of the day, and that was my literal startup up to sewing. And then eventually I had to start saving more money to get the high quality sewing machines, which is the ones I have right now. I think I'll share that in Vlogmas Day 5. But anyway, yes, any type of money we spend inside of our business, any type of money we spend inside of our business period, it costs. Especially when you go shopping online, go shopping online, or try to go shopping in stores, which 9 times out of 10 none of these stores necessarily carry the stuff that we have or need, so we have to go shopping online, which is extra money, because the thing is, all that stuff is literally coming out of our pocket, but then also you gotta pay for the shipping, the handling, the labeling, and all that type of stuff. And it's very, like, literally difficult sometimes, but we need it, because in order for us to keep afloat, we gotta keep buying more of the same product to keep y'all satisfied and happy. So in reality wise, yes, we're charging you for the money we take out of our back pockets, basically, because, like, we're really, again, $20, $100, $200. I've seen people say they took about $50, $60 and they sent it to their small businesses. Again, whatever you take out of your back pocket is going into your business. That's the money that you take out of your own pocket at the end of the day, and it's going directly into your business. So the thing is, whoever comes into your building and says, oh, why do you charge this, that, and the third, is because we're using our own money to supply, stock, and prepare for our business. Even if we got our own business accounts and stuff like that, that is our own money coming out of our own bank account, basically, at the end of the day. And that is what we're using to supply our business. So in order for our business to keep going, we gotta first put our money into that business, and then that business has to cycle out the stuff that y'all want, and then y'all have to give us money back for us to keep flourishing that business. So repeat the process and cycle. Repeat and cycle, recycle, like that. But let me explain the video. It was a clickbait, I think. But at the end of the day, in the video, she was literally upset because she had basically finished a piece. She was a photographer and an event setuper. So basically, she created the arch and the chairs and brought the bears and the pink background and the curtains. And basically, the person couldn't pay for it. And it was fucked up, because the thing is people in the comments were saying it's unprofessional. I wouldn't go with you if you had that bad type of attitude. Well, you would be pissed too. You spent damn near almost a ton of hours making this look pretty, or however many days to make it look pretty, and your ass wind up getting a terrible person who couldn't afford it. Probably hoping that if you said, so in the video, if you see her, she's upset. She put it all up. I gotta take it all down again. That's what she said in the video. And basically, she was upset because, you know, she did all the work and effort, and they couldn't afford to pay for it. I guess they was hoping if they tell her at the end of the day, oh, we can't really afford this, she would have sympathy for them and be like, well, give me what you need, give me what you have in your pockets, and I'll take that, and you can just go ahead and use the setup and whatever you like. And I'm gonna tell you now, don't do that, because that's chumping you at the end of the day. And your effort, your time requires a payment, and at the end of the day, chumping yourself for less of a payment because of someone else's sympathy and pathetic actions towards the fact that they can't afford it, that's not your fault. If you can't afford it, it's going down. Now, not unprofessionally, I'm gonna just kindly say, well, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to take this all down, and you're gonna have to, like, find somebody else, or better yet, learn how to do it yourself, and you won't have to worry about this. And it's the nicest way I can say it, because the realization is, you wasted my time, my energy, my effort, and my ability to work on this piece, and you couldn't afford it. Please, it's going down. Nah, you keep a little bit of money in your pocket. And as far as the background setup and everything, the curtains, she get put away in the closet, but you got big oversized teddy bears. The stools, the tables, they get set aside, or they have to sit in her store, because if she don't have the storage, then she's screwed. The arch, she gonna have to keep until someone else can use it. As far as the balloons, shit, from the dollar store, them like $100 worth of balloons right there. Or depending on how many bags or possibilities she had to buy. Or maybe even 50. That's fucked up, because at the end of the day, a person should not have to waste their money on people who don't respect the fact that this takes our money out of our pockets. We can't afford for any fuck-ups. If you want something nice and exclusively pretty for a low price, you gotta pay the price. I remember one time a girl was upset because a dress costed $150, but she complained about having to spend damn near $400 on a website because she didn't want to pay $400. So she said, if you can make this for me for $150, I'll pay that. Same exact dress, made it for him for $150. Then came back, begged for a discount, and said that, oh well, you can keep it. And he kept it and he sold it back on the website and got his money's worth back. Look, at the end of the day, run your business the way you run your business, but make sure you get paid for how you run your business. Don't let nobody chump you out of your paychecks. Don't let nobody chump you out of your money. Make sure you get all your dough and bread, and make sure you're satisfied of what you made, and don't let no customer tell you otherwise. In other words, happy businessing, happy vlogmasing, and I'll see you in another vlogmas. Thanks for watching. Deuces.